What's poppin', people? It's Dante. Today I'm getting my day started here in Rittenhouse Square Park. Beautiful park here in Philadelphia. Fall day. And yeah, it seems like it's going to be a good one. Yeah, I'm just thinking today, firstly about parks. I mean, I'm in the park, so it's an obvious sort of thought. But yeah, really the parks in this season during fall, I believe, are incredible. Just to watch the way that the leaves fall, the leaves changing colors, you know, to hear the sort of ambiance, the sounds of the birds chirping, to be around squirrels and other animals and birds. I just think it's a nice thing to do, right? There's this guy that always feeds the squirrels. There's this lady that always feeds the birds. And, you know, I like, you know, sort of just observing life. Like sometimes you can just sit on a bench and take it easy and just sort of, yeah, enjoy nature and enjoy life in these sort of natural environments. And yeah, I genuinely believe that parks are critical for human thriving, where I have this sort of biophilia, right? This sort of love for life, love for nature, love for all living things. I love when the bell rings at the church. Reflected light from that window. And so yeah, just thinking about sort of this natural trait of finding joy and happiness amongst nature. And I certainly have that. And really just to have a place in the city that you can get away from all the hustle and bustle is a good idea. So find green spaces wherever you may be in the world, and you know, just frequent them every day. I think that it sort of sets you up for success. And yeah, from there I was thinking about this sort of pedestrian lifestyle of living in the city itself. Look at the squirrel. I love squirrels. But yeah, the sort of pedestrian lifestyle of walking. You know, I think that it's critical for human thriving to just walk more in general. Like, I think that walking, it just makes you happier. It gives you the motivation and inspiration that you need. Everything derives from the movement of your body and your legs, just to be in the great outdoors and to sort of think endlessly without limits, where you can continuously walk down the path and find new places to explore. I believe it's something that fuels your lust for life, is the movement of your body, the movement of your legs, and walking. But yeah, just thinking about living in the city, I think one of the biggest benefits is not having to drive. You know, we have public transportation, that's okay. I like using the train to get to my godmother's house, which is awesome. It's like an hour away, and the train's super nice and convenient, and I can take the train up to see her if I need to get out of the city and visit friends that live away from the center of town. It's very easy for me to get on the bus or get on the train. And yeah, I actually believe that public transportation here is okay. You know, it's a good solution if you need to really get anywhere. However, the idea is, with Philadelphia specifically, you know, I actually believe that it's the most walkable city. I mean, the most walkable city that I've ever been in. And I've read something online where it said that we were voted as the most walkable city in the country, maybe. And I think that is what makes Philadelphia so great, is its walkability and just being able to go everywhere by foot, where you really don't even need to take public transportation to get across town a lot of the times. It's only those places that are further to reach where you can really walk the entirety of the city a lot of the times just by foot. So yeah, it seems to be one of the greatest aspects of living in the city is the pedestrian lifestyle. You know, thinking about the photographer being the bystander, right? We are merely bearing witness. We are the bystander with the camera, observing it all. So yeah, some thoughts. Biking seems to be a good way to get around, if you can stay safe, right? A lot of people in Philadelphia are biking, and it seems to be a bike-friendly city in general. We have lots of bike lanes actually, And I believe that for myself, I like using biking as just a hobby and a way to explore and get away from the hustle and to be in the sort of green spaces. So biking is a great hobby for photography to see more. Good morning, man.
Good morning.
You're in the good spot with the sun.
Yeah.
I'm trying to set my circadian rhythm. There we go.
Yeah.
You got to get the sun right into your eyes.
Yeah.
For the past week, I've been going to bed at like 8 p.m. because I try to get as much sunlight as possible.
Yeah.
There's some connection with like the sun, your physiology, everything connects. Like we're all one, you know?
Yeah. That's cool.
I've been getting to bed super early. I feel like it's the sun and walking.
Yeah.
It's really nice.
Yeah.
The sun makes me so happy. Today's gonna be a beautiful day.
Thank you. Take care.
Cheers, man. Just had to get the sun in my eyes there. But seriously, setting my circadian rhythm with the sun has been like insane recently. It's never been so good. I think I've been making more of a direct effort to set it than I have in the past. So like now I'm deliberately spending like 20 minutes in the sun each day with my shirt off and trying to get the sunlight as much as possible, and it works really well. It's really good. My personal practice that I like to do, and it kind of allows you to sort of zen out and sort of meditate if you're Catholic, is I got this rosary from Vatican City. Keep it in my pocket, and to sort of just stand somewhere in the park, get direct sunlight, and pray for 20 to 30 minutes seems to be the solution that works best for me. So yeah, I figured I'd share that. But yeah, biking is it's a really beautiful way to explore, and I think that considering biking as a means of exploration rather than exercise is the right mindset to have, where you're not biking for cardio or like exercise, right, or racing or all these kind of things, but you're biking merely to go out and to explore and to have fun. And whatever's fun, I think that we should do, right? Like if you're getting bored of your photography, yeah, it's good to have other hobbies. So some days when I'm getting bored of making pictures, I'll get on the bike, and I think that helps me and sparks me with more inspiration, motivation. And I always carry the camera with me on the bike, and it allows me to pull over and make pictures of different scenes, landscapes, natural things. So biking as a means of exploration seems to be a good thing. I have an electric Expedition bike. It's amazing. It's an electric bike, and yeah, it's awesome. It goes like 20 miles per hour. I have like a full throttle pedal assist, so I can barely even put any work in, or I can put as much work in as I want, right, and pump my legs as much as I want and get around. And I can go to the Wissahickon, which is like in the woods basically, and I can go in the forest, just 15 minutes up the trail basically from the center of town. And yeah, then I'm just like fully immersed in a new world. And I really do appreciate cycling for this reason. And I think the problem with biking is your back maybe struggles. So like with the traditional bike, you're kind of like hunched over, and I think that's kind of the problem with biking. So my solution was this step-through bike that I have now. And what the step-through bike it does is it really does set your back up into proper posture, where you're seated, you know, like with your back straight, rather than being hunched for an hour or two when you're biking. And this is like night and day, the best solution for bikes. The step-through bike is the way. Yeah, it's fun. And I also have the bag on the back, kind of like how this bike has. And look, this is a step-through bike, perfect. And this is also an electric bike. It's a perfect thing to display here. So this is the step-through bike where you can actually step through it. That's kind of the idea, where the frame is designed this way, and it promotes good posture. And yeah, I also have like a little bag in the back where I can put my 360 camera with the selfie stick, my kendama, whatever I want really, and bring out with me and have like a full day. I bought this little stove that I've yet to use, like a camping stove, so maybe I want to like have a steak on the river or something in the summertime. That'll be cool. But yeah, biking is a great hobby for photographers. I think it's a good idea. And yeah, thinking about the step-through bike and posture, where posture I think is so critical. So, you know, the Vibram 5-finger ELX shoes, it allows me to walk with intention, walk slowly, you know, every step counts, strengthening my legs, my feet, etc. But to open your shoulders, your back, you know, to have your chin up, you know, the simple sort of steps to consider when you think about your posture. I think it's something that perhaps goes overlooked and we don't really think about it enough. But when I'm seated, I make sure to have proper posture. When I'm standing, I make sure to have proper posture. When I'm walking, etc. And the thing that I like to do is a farmer's walk with 2 dumbbells, right? You just basically pick up 2 dumbbells, walk back and forth and put them down. And it's like, that is probably the best lifting technique. And so yeah, I was thinking about lifting. Like lifting while seated is probably bad. Like anything, like I have a bench and I've bench pressed in the back, but I've completely eliminated bench pressing, as it doesn't really seem natural and it seems kind of silly to be lying on your back pushing. I kind of see why this may be not necessary actually. Yeah, the bench press is kind of out. I don't want to do a bench press. I'd rather just do push-ups, to be honest with you, as a pushing motion, or even dips and L-sits. But yeah, maybe for lifting, the farmer's walk is superior. Yeah, it seems to be the best lifting technique. Anything where you're moving your body and walking and holding things that are heavy, it seems to be wise. The deadlift I enjoy, but the problem with the deadlift is it's not as sustainable, where you can't really deadlift every day, because what happens is you become more sore easily. But 1 rep maxing, I think, is a good way to test your strength. So maybe deadlifting, you know, every couple of days and just hitting that sort of heavy lift is good. I think they're photographing these signs. I've seen people hired to make pictures of the advertisements. Actually, the other day on Market Street, this guy was filming a commercial for the adverts that are displayed on the LED screens. And he had me stand in place for the commercial, and I allowed him to. And I was like taking a photo of it with my Ricoh and just like pretending to like talk with some stranger. So maybe I'll be in a commercial. So yeah, some thoughts on lifting, posture, biking, parks, walking. You know, I think that positivity, right? Positivity needs a comeback, right? We need to go back to that naive, childlike state of play, embrace the spirit, ever becoming, and to spread more joy, to spread more positivity, to smile more, right? I think it's just a good thing where we are all merely energy on this earth, and to have good energy, right? It seems to be wise. It just seems to be a good idea to have good energy and to share that joy with others in any small capacity that you can, right? We're all walking back and forth, going to the offices in the cities, it seems, and like it's rare to stop and like really have conversations, but when you do, make it beautiful. That's what I think. And yeah, I think that to just spread more positivity. We need more positivity. But you must remain naive to be optimistic and to be positive, because it's inevitable to observe the tragedies of life. And yeah, I think to just spread joy, spread positivity, it has a ripple effect, right? One small smile, one small positive comment can perhaps you know, change someone's day, or help or uplift somebody, or, you know, there's this idea of like changing the world. You have to just change yourself. So like changing yourself seems to be the way, and those small actions perhaps can be carried out through the energy that you put into the world. Yeah, that's my idea. That's what I've been thinking about. So that seems to be the end of the rant using my GoPro Mini. Today I'm gonna start bringing the GoPro out. I was thinking of doing new ways of filming. I just want to spice things up, do a variety of videos where I don't necessarily you know, film things or do things the same way every time. And yeah, perhaps using the iPhone, using the 360 camera, using the different cameras and things is a good idea. I said there's leaders and there's followers, but I'd rather be a dick than a swallower.